Hoka Rincon 4 is finally here, and today we're going to review it for you and compare it to the Rincon 3. We've taken both of them out for a couple of runs now to try and get a reminder of what the Rincon 3 felt like, and so we can give you an accurate reading of how it compares to the Rincon 4. We purchased these shoes with our own money, so this is an unbiased review. As you can see, the Rincon 4 has got a completely different geometry and completely different look than the Rincon 3. With the weight, it comes in at a slightly heavier weight than the previous model. It's 258 grams in a US men's 12 compared to 228 grams in the Rincon 3, so slightly heavier, and we have a feeling that's got to do with the upper, which is a little bit thicker, and we'll talk to you about that, and it changes to the midsole. So the drop seems to stay the same, so we got a 5mm drop from the rear foot to the forefoot, but it's completely different in the upper. So you can see it's a double technical jacquard mesh, which is slightly heavier and not as breathable as what you had in the Rincon 3. You've got more cushioning around the heel counter. It's missing that pull-on tag that you got on the Rincon 3, and you can see in the tongue that it's slightly more cushioned and padded as well. Again, not gusseted, so it can freely move from side to side. We found that the lockdown was pretty good, so we got no slippage, no extra movement in the shoe when we went for a run. And then with the fit, we found that this is the size D fit, so the normal fit. It was slightly tapered on the forefoot and a little bit tight on our toes, and we feel we probably need a size up, or we would try a wider option. The 12D for us was just a little bit too tight compared to some of Hoka's more recent models where they've moved away from the tapered tight toe box into a more roomy toe box. This definitely fits with the older trend of that tapered toe box. Then in the midsole, it's completely different shoe. So with the Rincon 3, what you had is that really firm midsole that was quite snappy, quite rigid. What you get with the Rincon 4 is a much bouncier shoe, much more resilient, a lot more feedback. I would say it feels a lot more like the Max 6 than it does like the Rincon 3. So I think they've moved completely away from that model. They've got a lot more of an aggressive forefoot. They've got a heel counter with a slight posterior lateral heel bevel, so that helps you keep centered as you hit the ground, especially if you're a heel striker. And I found that the early rocker really propulses you forward. I didn't particularly enjoy it for the slower runs, but when I was trying to go a bit more up tempo, it was really nice, a bit more snappy, a bit more bounce compared to what you get in the Rincon 3. So completely different feel on the foot compared to the Rincon 3, a bit more like the Max 6. On the outer sole, they've applied a lot more rubberized EVA, which is for giving extra traction. The times that we've ran in this so far have been dry, so we haven't been able to properly test that, and we don't know yet if it gives you that extra durability that Hoka claim. So where does this shoe fit? I would say due to the price, it's a entry level, up tempo, lightweight shoe. Not quite the Rincon 3, probably not as good as the Max 6, sits somewhere in between, and that's probably where the price range matches it. It's something that I would use for up tempo runs, slightly faster runs. I don't think I'd enjoy it for longer runs, steadier runs. And to be honest, I think if I had the choice, I'd pick the Max 6 over this, and then I'd stick with my Rincon 3 for those firmer, snappier rides. If you do like it and you're interested in it, keep in mind that's a little bit tight in the toe box. You might need a half size up, or to pick the wide version if you've got a wider foot. So a complete turnaround in the style and the makeup of the shoe. Let us know in the comment section if you've got any questions about it. We're happy to answer. If you found the video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel for more shoe content.